Hello, gorgeous. My name is Jessica Angeleri. I'm a feminine embodiment and pleasure coach. Today, we are speaking about unleashing your voice, owning your voice. And we can do that through our womb and throat connection. So this video today is part of the series of how you can start to bring healing to your feminine energy. I have already done a whole talk around this that you can check out. So make sure that you do. And I discuss all the different ways that you can start to bring healing to your feminine consciousness using the feminine arts. I have touched on sacred touch and using breath as a tool for bringing healing to your feminine consciousness. And today I'm speaking about this other tool that I use myself and that I have been practicing for a very long time now, and that I use in my programs in order to help with really owning your power, owning your too muchness, and helping you to reclaim your sacred no, to really start practicing in speaking your desires and your needs, especially in a relationship. We need to start to bring healing to the shame around our voices, especially when we are asking for things, voicing our opinions, voicing our sacred no. So it's really important to start practicing using our voices by adding sound into our practices. And this is another tool, as I mentioned, to bring healing to your feminine energy. So I'm going to start by speaking about the connection, the energetic connection between your womb and your throat to help us really anchor and own our voices. And then I'm going to provide you with a really easy embodiment practice that you can do. So the throat, your throat and your womb, they're joined together. They are the gateways. They open you up into this upper world of the spirit and the lower world of your earth magic, okay? The unknown, which lies in your womb. And then in between, we also have the heart, which is the thread, which helps you to also transmute your wisdom and then speak your words of wisdom from a great place of love and certainty, so clarity rather than overwhelm. Now, when I speak about the womb, I'm speaking about this center, this powerhouse in your lower chakras. I've done a video about this, so go and check that out. I know you will love it. And here is where your creativity, your magnetism, relationships are harnessed, your needs, your desires. And then your throat governs this ability to express your creative impulses and your ideas that originate in your womb, your power center as a woman. And then your throat is what helps you to communicate information that really comes from the depths of your wisdom as well as your heart. Now, like most women, however, we grow up thinking that we are too much, that we cannot be too emotional, or that we have to speak in a certain way to fit into society's appropriate ideas of being a woman. And so we have this inner voice ingrained in us that tells us that we need to be like someone else, that we need to show up like someone else. And then we go down that road of comparison. We even start to think or shame ourselves into thinking that we are not beautiful enough, loud enough, quiet enough, smart enough. And we are living in this way, in this over masculinized, dominated world. I love the masculine. I'm in no means putting the masculine down, but when we are always favoring logic, reasoning, evidence, intellect more than intuition, the voice of your womb, that inner guidance, then we create this imbalance. Okay. And so what has happened is we have unconsciously developed this idea that we are not good enough. And therefore, we cannot express ourselves fully, especially in a relationship. We stop trusting ourselves, we stop asking or really expressing what it is that we need. We stop trusting our intuitive wisdom that lies in our womb space. When our creative powerhouse of the womb is blocked and she's clouded with all of these false ideas at the mind level that they start to create our identity, we then feel unsafe to be seen and to be heard in all that we are, in our pure, authentic expression. We feel that we have to hold back and that we can't really be fully expressed. And due to this suppression of who we are, our throats have become blocked because we haven't been given the tools to communicate from that space of presence and embodiment and of really knowing who we are. And then because the throat chakra expresses the creative power of the womb, manifesting abundance in relationships, in wealth, whatever it is, it often feels like this struggle for us because the womb is blocked. And so we're running on these programs of not enoughness, which limits our great radiance, our magnetism, our wholeness, our authentic, truthful expression, because we are speaking and acting in ways to be more validated and to be more liked in society. That's not serving our authentic self. Again, we are moving purely from logic, from the mind. And I'm not saying that the mind is bad in any means, but we women have this great gift of carrying so much wisdom and knowings in our womb that we are missing out on this great potential that we have to really live a life that feels aligned, that feels at ease, that doesn't have to feel so difficult. For me, my journey has been really about exploring my voice and having clarity and being confident in what I have to say. I wouldn't have been able to sit here speaking the way that I'm speaking now. It wasn't that I was shy. It was more so, I hadn't really anchored into my worth and my authenticity. And so I was taking on all these different ways, trying to fit into what's these expectations of society to be liked, right? And to be accepted. And we feel that more so these days, I think, with social media, that what happened was it was blocking my ability to speak what was really aligned with my heart, and that was really coming from my intuition, because I was feeling that the shame, I suppose, the judgments from myself and probably from others, because I did have a lot of shame coming from others that my intuition was wrong. But because I wasn't anchored in my own worth, I did hide those intuitive aspects of me. And so, yes, then this really blocked my ability to feel safe, to set boundaries in a relationship, to stand up for myself in a way that was with grace and integrity. I found it difficult to express my desires, and I didn't even know what I desired because that aspect of me was blocked. So how do you express yourself? How do you stand up for yourself? How do you express your desires? These are some questions that you can start diving into. And my path of self-discovery has been about showing up with love and knowing how to communicate all of my emotions and sensitivities from a place of integrity. Because a lot of the times in the past, a lot of those were mistranslated. I didn't know how to ask for what I wanted. Or if I did ask for what I wanted, I didn't really know how to express them, as I mentioned, from that place of that knowing in myself. And even my emotions, I found it really difficult to express my emotions. And that was because I had a lot of shame around them. I was told that I was too sensitive, that I had to stop being so emotional. And then later on in my life, I found myself identifying with all of these feelings of not being enough. And then I doubted myself constantly. So that was part of my journey. We women find it difficult to express what we need. We have been told far too many times that we can't say certain things or we have to act a certain way. And for a long time, for myself, I didn't even want to be speaking in front of women because of the shame around my voice in speaking amongst women. I never wanted to show up in women's spaces. And I do have a lot of women coming to me before they enter my programs. They express their fear in coming into a space with other women because of the pain that we have endured in women's spaces or with our sisters, with friendship groups. And now on top of that, we have a lot of fear of making sounds when it comes to sexual intimate experiences. We have this idea of how sex needs to sound, of how it needs to look, and therefore we may be taking on these other ways of being in a sexual experience, or we just repress it, we suppress it completely. And so in this, we are blocking our radiance because we are closing off our life force. The life force that is this great creative force within all of us. And now all of this is very common amongst women. We haven't been given that opportunity to use our voices. We haven't been given opportunities to be in spaces where we feel safe to express our vulnerabilities. We've got this voice, which is energy, and it's not being harnessed in its greatest ways. I find that our voice is like a muscle, and it's our responsibility now to give that muscle space to expand. We have to practice using it in ways that are serving our highest rather than leaking everything out. When I say leaking, it could come out as like frustration all the time. Even gossip, when women come together and they're gossiping, that's not serving our highest. That's not serving our hearts, our love. So think about if you were doing a push-up at the gym, over time that becomes easier for you, becomes accessible. And that's the same with using our voices. After a while, we start to surrender and we start to come into this deep acceptance of our voice. And we value the voices of other women and their truth behind it. We can start to reclaim our voices. We can start to do that through practicing. As I said, how does it feel to express yourself? And to start clearing the blocks that we carry within our womb that, as I said, affects then our voices. Women need to learn how to use their voices again, to be okay and comfortable in speaking, in yelling, in crying, in chanting, in singing, and being heard in women's spaces especially. This is where the most expansion occurs. What I have noticed when I'm holding women's circles and ceremonies, when one woman speaks first, it's a domino effect. And everyone else resonates with what she's saying. We all resonate with each other's stories and sharings, and it's how we know ourselves. It makes me see that we women holding spaces for other women is so important for the feminine to rise again. And my work is all about this. It's also about knowing how to open up your body and move from the mind, and using your body as this beautiful temple, as your instrument to let that sound out. Let your body move and make sound at the same time. And that can feel scary in the beginning. It can feel terrifying even, especially if it's a new landscape that you're exploring. But as I said, it just takes practice. When we make sound and practice this, we can understand where our womb or our sacral chakra may be blocked, as I mentioned. And as I said, our sexual center and throats are directly linked. So we can experiment with sound to know if we have any inhibitions and shame coming up, moving through us. Sound is the fastest way to move energy around. And that's why when I do this work with women and we're moving, I always say, make your sound with your breath. And we have to get used to relaxing into that. This is why we often make sounds during sexual experiences. It's a natural way of life wanting to be expressed fully through you. And let me tell you, sound can be so healing. Sound doesn't have to be complicated either. It can be just a simple sigh, whatever sound you desire to move through you in that moment. And it's such an important way to open up your root chakra. For a lot of us women, as I said, it is blocked, our root chakra, our wombs. So we can bring healing to our wombs through our voice. Just the same way, by anchoring into your womb, we open up our throat chakra. So they dance together. And we can also use sounds through our words, the way you bring loving words into the way you list, the way you speak words. That's why affirmations work. And then when you're offering breath and movement, it just becomes so much more powerful. So sister, let me ask you, how do you feel about making sound? How do you feel about speaking truth or saying loving words to yourself? Are you saying loving words to yourself? Are you really believing these words as well? Remember, the feminine is in hiding and her voice has been in hiding also. So if you are here, well done. It means that you are ready to really be fully expressed. Use your voice in a way that feels aligned and that feels soft and gentle. Now I'm going to guide you into a really simple practice, embodiment practice that you can do anytime that you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, anytime that you feel like you can't anchor into your no or your boundaries when you're trying to speak your needs or your wants in your relationship, just to start practicing that muscle that I spoke about, your voice, okay? So in this moment, I invite you to just get yourself comfortable. Just bring your awareness down into your body, down into the earth, just feeling your body connected to the earth. And that might mean as well that you close your eyes if that feels okay for you. And let's bring our awareness into the sense of sound. What sound do you hear in your space around you? And let's bring our awareness closer within in our subtle body. Bring your awareness to the sound of your breath. Without changing your breath. Just the inhale and exhale. Maybe you would like to even bring your hands to your throat so you can just feel that subtle vibration and the other one to your womb. So that's 3 inches below your navel. And right now, I invite you to imagine a little drop of honey on the tip of your tongue. And imagine what that would taste like as it drops on your tongue. Feel the sweetness, the sweet drop of honey. Just soften your jaw. Take a few breaths with this honey on your tongue. Natural breaths in and out of your nose. And now I invite you just to feel into this natural, sweet hum as you delight yourself in the taste of this honey with your sound. So I invite you to make a little with your exhale. Doesn't have to be anything major, anything grand. Just allow that sound, though, to move all the way down from your tongue, throat, heart, into your belly, down into your pelvis. So you will take a breath in. Imagine this drop of honey glide down the back of your throat, gliding down to your heart, belly, pelvis. And with an exhale, again, inhale. Even feel the vibration of your inhale, taking in this honey, allowing it to drop down, heart, womb, opening up this channel, release with a Keep going, just taking a few more breaths here like that. And maybe you'd like to swell this honey around your mouth, creating movement with your mouth, getting curious with the sensation, with your hum. So that might sound like So just practicing that sound and feeling the vibration here, coming into this deep relaxation and knowing that with each sound, you are supporting and nourishing your nerves. Taking a few more breaths here with that gentle hum, letting the sound go with your exhale. Just letting go and ensuring that your exhale is just as long as the inhale, allowing your jaws to be still nice and soft. Let's do one last one together. Inhale through the nose. And now coming back to your regular breath, and notice this state of your body now. Any sensations here? How do you feel in this moment? Something that feels a little bit different. How are you feeling right now in this moment? And are you feeling a shift? Are you feeling a little bit more relaxed in your energy? And you can open your eyes, coming back to me. Make sure to share in the comments how you felt, how you are feeling. What is that sensation that you are feeling right now? And remember, this is like a muscle. Over time, what can happen is you can just only do this for 1 minute. just to come back into that place of safety, relaxation, knowing your worth, knowing your voice matters. Like breath work and movement, we can use this as a tool to calm down our nerves and to come back into this relaxed alertness, relaxed presence. We have this gift within us always. And this is how we unlock our power, unlock the power of our voice. And in this way, we also notice the shifts that start to occur when you are speaking your needs, your desires, your boundaries. So you can use this sound practice anytime to bring you into this remembering of your essence. And also remember that music is also a wonderful way to connect you with your spirit. When you hear a great song, it always makes you transcend. It makes you move into this different space and time, right? So yeah, start your days with music that you love to help you remember this wonderful, great, graceful, powerful woman that you are. Let us know how you went with this sound and keep practicing it. That with your exhale, and make that just as long, if not longer, than your inhale. Well, my gorgeous sister, I hope you enjoyed that. Remember to watch the other ones that I have done to help you bring healing to your feminine energy. Let me know how you went with this. And remember, you also have my 7-day free program, Erotic Feminine Embodiment, which is filled with so many different beautiful, sensual, feminine practices that you can do each day. I will leave you there. My name is Jessica Angeleri. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like this video, and I will see you next week. All my love to you, beautiful. Mwah. And remember that you are a gorgeous goddess. Love you so much. Bye.